Ladies and gentlemen, this video today is very exciting because it is full of some really interesting leaks, and some of these are pointing to some stuff that is right around the corner. On top of that, we have some rumors and some updates as well, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, buddy, we have a bunch of new rumors and leaks today. Very, very cool stuff. So like I was saying, this video is full of leaks, rumors, updates, all that good stuff. And I'm starting to get very excited because we know there's a Nintendo Direct like right around the corner. And for the first time in a long time, I don't really know what to expect. And the reason why is I feel like Nintendo isn't following their traditional quote unquote rules that they normally would. So we're getting like weird games and just strange announcements. So in this video, maybe we can figure out a lot of what's going on. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe. We are 300 subscribers away from 26,000. That's freaking cool. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep these communities growing. And let's go and get right into this one. So the first thing I want to do quickly is highlight a game that is coming out, I think the day this video releases. I talked about this game at the beginning of this month in a video I made about games in January you need to check out. I feel like I was one of the few people who have actually mentioned this, but the game is called Mio Memories in Orbit. This game was shown off all the way back in 2024 in a Nintendo Direct, and it is finally coming out. I have not played it, but I am going to be picking it up, but the reviews are already in, and it is getting some incredible views across the board. In this game, you'll play as an android named Mio in a mesmerizing Metroidvania. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the better games that come out this entire year, so I just wanted to highlight this one quickly. Now let's get into some official Zelda news, which is really, really cool. And then I told you guys I've been like working on trying to verify a leak, so I will finally mention it in this video. But first, the official news. This is coming from Discussing Film, which is like movie insider journalism, whole thing there. But the live-action Legend of Zelda movie will be split into two plots. The first one focusing on Princess Zelda's escape, and the other on Link's search for the Master Sword. So based off of that, I still can't tell if they're going to go off a game, because I feel like that can fit quite a few games, or a brand new storyline entirely. And if it is a new storyline, will the next big 3D Zelda be based upon what this movie's based on? I don't really know there, but I'm starting to get more and more excited for the Zelda movie, and I have a strong feeling that the first trailer might actually show up in that next Nintendo Direct. Now, speaking of The Legend of Zelda and the anniversary and what we could get, there's a lot of rumors out there, and the big one is Ocarina of Time. Now, I've read from a few sources that it actually might be a remake in the style of Link's Awakening, but it's like, which game could they do? A Link to the Past, Minish Cap? Which way will they play it, right? And will Grezzo make it? Because if they make it, it's probably going to be incredible. But I'm going to show you this comment that I was sent on Instagram, and it says, by the way, I haven't been able to find any verification of this, but I've had someone tell me the remakes are Zelda Oracle games. They were right on other stuff they've tipped me off in the past, but have also been wrong. So they're trying to like find other sources. So the only reason I'm bringing this up now is this is like the fourth or fifth person and source that I've seen say this. And I'm starting to feel like this actually might be the case. And what I think it would be is not like Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I think it would just be a new Zelda game called like Oracle of something. But if this is a fact and turns out to be true, I will be so happy because the Link's Awakening remake is like in my top 3 Zelda games of all time. Now, before we get into some other leaks and updates, which are very, very exciting, I want to show you something that I did not know was possible, right? I guess if you played the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour that you know some of this, and I know like kind of that this is possible, but not to this extent. And what I'm talking about is stuff that the Switch 2 Joy-Con can do. I know when you're playing Hollow Knight Silksong, either when it's raining or you're in water or something, it's been a while since I played it, there'll be like droplet filling sounds on your controller, really cool stuff. And I guess in the Switch 2 Welcome Tour they show you that this is possible, but I didn't know you could do all this. So shout out to somebody on Reddit named Jampy L for showing us this. But they made a Joy-Con phone dialing sequence in Game Builder Garage, and the HD Rumble simulates a phone dialing. And when I first seen that and I didn't read like what the text said, I was like, what the hell? The Switch 2 Joy-Cons have a speaker in them or something? Yeah, that's not the case. But very cool stuff. I hope more games will utilize this, and I'm assuming they will. So I just wanted to highlight that because I found it very cool. Now, before we get into a really big Nintendo Direct leak, which also highlights some stuff we might see in that Direct, which I think is a possibility, I think Nintendo is kind of tiptoeing around saying, look, expect more of what I'm about to talk about now, and that is Switch 1 games with Switch 2 enhancements. I'm not talking about Switch 2 editions, I'm talking about Switch 1 games with free Switch 2 upgrades. Yes, we got a good amount of them, even for games you wouldn't expect like ARMS, but there's a lot of games we still need to see these in. Nintendo released like a new minute-long trailer saying, look, some of these games are enhanced on the Switch 2, and to go back and play them. I think what this is saying is to basically don't forget about this being like a feature because more are coming soon. And if any of these games need them, I mean, there's a bunch that need them, but if any of them should receive them first, I think they should just go ahead and do this for the entire Xenoblade series, because that would be great. And, you know, Monolith Soft and Nintendo work so closely together, I could see this being a reality. I got Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition for Christmas. I cannot wait to play it. I know it's a game I'm going to sink 100 hours into, but I feel like this game, as well as the other Xenoblade games, will be getting these enhancements, hopefully in this next Nintendo Direct. But at the same time, I feel like this also could be just a Nintendo Today or whatever the hell the app is called, like an announcement there. Like, hey, did you know that these games got free Switch 2 upgrades? Because it would almost be taking up like time they could use for other announcements in an actual Nintendo Direct. So whether it's in a Direct or not, I do think a lot of these games are getting enhancements, hopefully very soon. So now let's go ahead and get into this Nintendo Direct leak, which is, you know, these things happen. It's Nintendo Direct leak season officially. And then it also talks about some stuff we could potentially see. But on top of that, there's like a lot more that are not included here, which I also think we could see. So let's just go ahead and get into it. This is coming from Nintendo Talk, which I'm actually a fan of. They have a great YouTube channel, and I was actually on a podcast with them, so shout out to that. But their post says, expect a Nintendo Direct in February with some anniversary announcements in the show. Some notable anniversaries this year: Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and GameCube, plus many more. Which is, I mean, that sounds incredible. I have this post in my phone that I need to read really quick for you though, because this highlights every major gaming anniversary this year. We have Zelda, Metroid, Dragon Quest, Kid Icarus, Castlevania, Sonic, Persona, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, and Pikmin. This could truly be a year that we see big entries in all of those franchises. If not new entries, maybe remakes, maybe ports, whatever. I just think there are so many possibilities. So I could see Nintendo doing a really cool like Nintendo Direct, but before that highlighting some anniversaries of games as well. And that's been a rumor that's going around. The first part is going to be like Zelda 40th anniversary focused, and then a Nintendo Direct after that, and they will mention other anniversaries in that Direct. So regardless, I think we're in for a really big treat here, and I really hope Nintendo takes advantage of at least some of these anniversaries, like Kid Icarus for instance. I think this is the 35th anniversary this year. What better time to bring back a Kid Icarus game than the Switch 2? We have mouse controls, or whatever they choose to do. It's just like, it's going to be easy to market it, right? 35th anniversary, drop some merch, drop a new game. And then Kid Icarus is back in the Nintendo universe after like a decade of being dormant. So it's just, I just feel like there's so much low-hanging fruit that I really hope Nintendo takes advantage of. As of right now, there's no general date people are picking for the next Nintendo Direct. I've seen February 10th, and I've also seen February 20th. I don't know which one they would go with, but I am very excited. And as much as I love the Switch 2 and the games we've got so far, I really hope Nintendo starts flooding us with some games. Like, yeah, we're early adopters of the console, but I hope they start putting out other games that would make other people want to come and buy the console. Because the more people who will buy a Switch 2 will be better for Nintendo, and the better that Nintendo is doing and the consoles are selling, we'll start getting more and more games, and it's just better for everybody all the way around. So I think a lot is riding on this next Nintendo Direct, but at the same time, I just have a good feeling about it. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would truly love to hear from you guys. Just start a conversation, and if you made it all the way to the end of the video, you're a champion. I bless you with 1 million years of good luck. So in return, hit a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Consider becoming a channel member. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.